Hello money magnets and master traders, it's your Uncle Charles here. Welcome back to my YouTube channel where we do unbiased price action analysis. So the last few trading days since last Friday, beginning of this week, the SPY has entered bounce mode. QQQ has also entered bounce mode. But looking at this daily chart, I'm wondering now, is the bounce over? Because I had a green down trend line here. We pretty much hit the top and we are definitely seeing evidence of selling pressure. So in my YouTube channel, as usual, I'm going to share with you guys my levels, my setups, my trading plan. But before I do, I need to show you guys how to use the levels and the price action so that we can all trade it unbiasedly and make and attract lots of money. Now, not every trading day is going to be the same. Some days we're going to get amazing home run moves. Other days we're just going to get some base hits. Now with the SPY today, it was a bit tricky this morning, I will admit, where it bounced off my 694 level. That 694 level was right here, the green trend line. All my levels are in the green trend line, horizontal lines, but it bounced off of 694. And 694 was not only one of my level, but it was actually yesterday's DarkPool level. So I was watching that very carefully to see if the bears could break it down. And they started off the day with testing it, but there was buying pressure. And you can see that it cleared my 695.5 level. That level was very important because that was actually based on the green downtrend line on the daily chart. However, there wasn't much follow through and the bears got themselves a nice false breakout setup. Now this was definitely alerted in my Discord, and I wrote here false breakout here with 695.5. I wrote 6, but I meant to put 5, but 695.5 failing as support. As long as below 694 is back in play, and we can see that it actually almost hit 694. But here's where the price actually got a little bit trendy in the intraday, because right when we bounced from 694, it bounced, retested 695.5 as a resistance, showed selling pressure, and finally broke down the 694 level. Now if we go to my general lean, and I talked about that DarkPool level. Yesterday's DarkPool level was around 694. So I'll be watching that level as well as the 691 level. As long as above these levels, SPY remains bullish. But below it, I wrote here, as usual, the bounce end when the price action behavior changes. In this case, support levels must fail, starting with 694. We go on that 15-minute chart. We broke down 694 and had a pretty decent end of day drop to the downside. QQQ was a lot better for me as far as trading goes. We cleared my 615 level, hit my 617 level. This was alerted in the Discord. 613.3 defended and 615 cleared. As long as above 617 and 618.5 are in play. Now keep in mind, we play at level to level, and it hit my 617 level. And once we broke back below 615, that was alerted in the Discord as well. I wrote, so far this morning, QQQ is chopping between the 615 and 617 range. Watch for the break. If 617 clears, 618.5 plus incoming. If 615 failed, 613.3 and 612 incoming. Once we got the breakdown, I wrote here, looks like the chop ends with 615 failing as support, letting my group know it's time to enter puts. And it broke down 615, hit my 613.3 as level. Well, came just a few cents shy, but it was still good for a level to level move, and then gave us a little bit of a bounce, but eventually that 615 level just could not hold and broke all the way back to the downside. So once again, the question now is the bounce over? Let's go back to the daily chart. If I was to take a guess, I would definitely say there are definitely signs that the bounce is over. We hit this downtrend, we found selling pressure, and notice how yesterday we cleared a Fibonacci level. 692.8 is that Fibonacci level. Today we broke it back down. That qualifies as a false breakout setup. So tomorrow I want all of us that's watching right now to pay close attention to that 692.8 level. Breaking down 694 did not help the bull case at all based on the DarkPool level, but breaking down 692.8 definitely helps the bears. That is a fib level. That is technically a false breakout setup. Question now is, will we get bearish follow through? So as long as we remain below 692.8, I recommend all of us staying bearish, and we will likely head down lower, 691, 689.7, 687.2 or lower incoming. But if we get back above 692.82 and also clear 694, we're most likely going to get another test of this downtrend line around a 695.5 level. And if we recapture all those levels, 692.8, 694, and actually break out 695.5, SPY enters breakout mode. And we are bullish and will likely set new all-time highs. You guys may notice down here that my RSI is not an overbought situation. It's not in overbought territory. So there's definitely strength to head up to the upside if that's what the market makers want. So the plan for tomorrow, 692.8 is the level to watch. Below it, stay bearish, expect more downside. Above it, expect a bounce. QQQ, here's the daily chart. I have a lot of levels here, but the main level I like for you guys to pay attention to, the main level I like for you guys to pay most attention to is the 613.3 level. Notice how we cleared it on Monday. That's the blue line right here, but we broke it down today. So as long as below it, QQQ is in false breakout mode. Below 613.3, we can expect more downside, and above it, we can expect more upside. Moving on to NVDA, we have an inside candle setup which indicates chop, but we look at the mother candles high and low. It's a pretty long range. 193.6 is the top, 183.95 is the low. We can round it to 184. So watch the break of that range. Anything in between is neutral territory. As far as the levels go, 189.4. Below that, I have 188, 185.5, and then 184. We break those levels down, get bearish. Now if we want to be bullish, 191, 193, and 194.5 are the resistant levels to watch. Above 194.5, get bullish. Tesla's looking bullish right now, and it managed to recapture a critical level that was at 417.4. That was a previous pivot low. Cleared it today officially. So if we expect more upside, staying above 417.4 is a must, and clearing 425 will put 429, 430.8, and likely 435 in play. If you want to get bearish, we need to break down multiple support levels, 423, 421, 419, and the critical one being 417.4. If we get back below 417.4, switch over back to being bearish. A top is likely in. Amazon is still lingering below that 211 level. Not much happened these last couple of days. Okay, so if we clear 211, expect a 5, 10, maybe even $15 pop back to the upside. Amazon look like it wants to make a move, but as long as it's below 211, it won't be a bullish one. If it is going to be a bearish one, the support levels must fail. I have 208, 206.4, 205. If those levels fail, expect more downside. 203, 201, 199.8, and 198 or lower incoming. Here is Meta also with its own inside candle setup. 683.3 is the top. Now this is a big range candle because the low is all the way at 658.7. So if we are to be bullish, once again 672.2 and 674 must clear. That will put 676, 679, 680.6 all back in play, and then finally we can hit the top of the mother candle at 683.3. Above that level, I would be bull biased. But as far as the short term goes, below 672.2 is technically bearish, and breaking down 671 and 669.5 is your bearish follow through, and it could give us a $15 to $20 drop to the low of the mother candle, all the way down to 658.7. And below 658.7, expect a lot more downside. Here is Microsoft looking like it wants to drop and put in a top, not gonna lie, but we'll see what happens. I have support at 412 and 410.8. If those levels fail tomorrow, we're likely dropping another $7 to $15, anywhere in that range, $7 to $15 drop back to the downside. It would not surprise me one bit if we get back below 400. But if the selling pressure is over and we are to bounce back to the upside, 414 and 416 must clear to put 420, 420.5, and I wouldn't be surprised if we pop all the way back up to 428. Definitely possible, but like I said, it will start by clearing 414, 416, and 421.5. Here is Apple inside candle setup as well, which indicates chop, but I tell you, can't chop forever. The chop days lead to those trend days, and if we are to be bearish on Apple, we need to stay below 274. and break down some more support levels at 272 and 270.3. Below 270.3, I would be bear bias and would favor another $5 to $10 drop back to the downside for Apple. Now 274 is a fib level, so if we stay above it, 275.5 and 277 are the next resistant levels to watch, with 279-ish above. We cleared those levels, I would get bullish again on Apple. Here is IWM, looking like it want to show some selling pressure, wants to try to put in the top. Well, if it does, I could be wrong, but if it does, 266.3 and 265 are the levels that must fail. That would be your bearish follow through. But if not, and 267.5 and 269 clears tomorrow or later this week, stay bullish on IWM. And here is the VIX. A lot of times we have to focus on level to level trading and maybe even scalping when volatility is low, and we can get a lot more when volatility is high. And to know if we have volatility or not, we have to look at the VIX. The VIX will help us, let us know that if it's worth going for home run moves or if it's worth just playing it level to level and be a little more tactical with our trading. We can see that VIX has an inside candle setup, which means it's chopping. So we have to watch the range of the mother candle. 19.2 is the high, 17 is the low. Whichever range this break out to will give us a more clearer direction of what VIX truly wants to do. Because if it gets above 19.2, that will be very bullish, and a bullish VIX is usually a bearish SPY, not always necessarily, but it's usually a bearish SPY when the VIX wants to be bullish. But either way, one thing that is constant is that when the VIX start going up, we can expect lots of volatility, and that is when we want to go for those home run moves. But if the VIX drop below 17, then those home run moves are not worth going for, and we should focus more on base hits. And before I let you go, here's the DarkPool level. Let me refresh this, and it's showing 694.3 over 200.6 million dollars in premium, not actually around $1 billion like I like to see, but that's where the DarkPool level is showing. So above that level, maybe we can get bullish again. But I know one thing, below that level, we should stay bearish. Guys, thank you so much for watching. I love y'all. And don't ever forget who you are. You are a money maker, a money magnet. Peace.